Good morning, class. Now, today we will continue the same chapter, approaches to determine the equilibrium level of income. So, two approaches are there. First of all, AD equals to AS, and second one is savings equals to investment. Planned savings equals to planned investment. So, on the OX axis, we are keeping income, output and employment because all three are equal to each other, and on the OY axis, savings and investment is there. I is the autonomous investment which is fixed in the economy. Savings, we know that it starts from the negatives and that it shows the dissavings in the economy. After that, both become equal at the point E, and then savings increases. We know that savings starts increasing when consumption lags behind than the income. So that means this is the approach in which equilibrium level of income and output is determined, where planned savings is equals to the planned investment. Planned savings is equals to the planned investment, or maybe we can say where saving and investment curves intersect with each other, that is the point E. Here you can see that here savings and investment curves are intersecting with each other. So this is the point where the economy will be in the equilibrium, and this OY is the equilibrium level of income and output. So that means here you can see that I is the fixed level of the investment which is assumed as the autonomous investment. Both the curves here you can see it is intersecting at point E. So that means at from here 0 to Y. So that means this OY level of output, the firm's plans to invest an amount equal to EY. That means this is the investment which the firms are planning to invest, and also households plans to save an amount equal to EY. This much is the planned savings also from the household sector. That means at this point the economy will be in the equilibrium, and at this point from here this much, this is your equilibrium level of the income. So EY is the planned investment by the firms, and EY is the planned savings from the household side. So this is the point where savings are greater than investment. Now the same thing which we have done in the aggregate demand and aggregate supply approach also. Before reaching this point, the curve starts from this point, that is it, which shows the dissavings. If OY1 level of if we will discuss about the OY1 level of income. So at this level you can see that savings are lesser than income because saving ka curve aapka niche hai and the investment curve is above. So that means here the condition is that savings are less than the investment. So in this condition, what the economy shows and what will be the reaction of the economy to reach up to the equilibrium point, here it is shown. See, when planned savings are less than the planned investment, that means people are ready to purchase more commodities which is not planned in the economy. That means existing stock is less. So that means there is a reduction of a stock. That means whatever the demand is there of the economy, that stock is not available in the economy. So now output will be more planned by the producer. So planned output will start increasing. This is the condition. That means when planned savings are lesser than planned investment, it denotes this condition. That means existing stock is less. So just to reduce this problem, now the producers will start producing more. Now they will plan more output. When more output will be planned, so definitely more employment will be generated. When employment increases, so income generated, which leads to the more savings. So that means this process will continue till savings become equal to each planned savings should be equal to planned investment. So same thing, now the economy will reach up to the point E. That means तब तक ये increase होता रहेगा ये सारी चीजें जब तक कि income आपकी OY1 से OY तक नहीं आती है. Now the same thing, if we will talk about the income level OY2, so at this level of the income we can see that planned savings are greater than planned investment. आप देखोगे here is your investment curve and here is your planned saving curve which is above than the investment. So this is also the disequilibrium condition. Now the equilibrium condition of the economy is here where both the curves will intersect with each other. So how the economy will reach up to this point and how the economy will get the OY level of the income output or the employment, that means this we can explain in this way. That means when this situation is there, that when planned savings are greater than planned investment, it denotes that unwanted stock is existing in the economy. That means people are saving more and investment is less, that means if people are saving more, so that means they are not spending their money on the existing stock. So ultimately unwanted stock is increasing again and again in the economy. So when unwanted stock is there, is existing in the economy, now the producers will cut down the production, that means they will reduce the production, and when the production will reduce, it will leads to the decrease in the employment, and when employment reduces, so automatically income reduces. When income reduces, savings automatically reduces. So this process will continue till planned savings become equal to planned investment. Okay, so again I am repeating the explanation of this diagram. That means at OY level of income, at output level OY, firms plan to invest an amount equal to EY. Also, households plan to save an amount equal to EY. So, at the OY, that means OY is the equilibrium level of income and output, as at this level, planned savings and planned investment are equal to each other. If savings are greater than investment, at the first point, if the savings are greater than investment, that means, which shows in the diagram, at the OY1 level of income, where the saving curve lies above the investment curve. So at this level of income, household savings are more than the firm's planned investment, right? So, or maybe we can say that buyers are not spending to match with the investment plan to the producer. जितना producers ने plan किया, accordingly the consumers are not behaving. So as a result, there will be a undesired or unwanted stock exist in the economy. So whenever there is an unwanted stock in the economy, so in order to reduce the unwanted stock, now the firms will start cut down the production. When the production will cut down, so automatically employment reduces, income reduces, lesser output implies lesser investment, lesser employment and lesser income, and this tendency will continue till it reaches the equilibrium level of income, that means S equals to I. Similarly, the second thing, at OY2 level of income, here also in the diagram you can see that at OY2 level of income, the saving curve lies below the investment curve. So at this level of income, household savings are less than the firm's planned investment. Okay, so as a result, what we will do, there will be undesired, unplanned reduction of the stocks in the economy. So in order to increase the stock, the firms will increase output. So planned output will start increasing. So increase in the output implies increase in investment, increase in employment, increase in income. So this tendency of the increasing output will continue until it reaches the equilibrium level of income, where savings become equal to investment. Now one more diagram I am explaining over here. This sometimes it is asked, otherwise ASAD approach and S equals to I approach usually asked, and last year their disequilibrium conditions was asked in 6 marks. Now in the previous chapter we did, like, we derived the consumption function from the saving function. In the same way we can derive the S equals to I approach from AD equals to AS approach. See, this diagram we have already done. Y, that is the income curve, and then AD curve. Leave this C curve, it is not necessary. AD curve. Wherever both the curves will intersect, that means Y or AD curve both will intersect, that point, that means E is the equilibrium point where AD becomes equal to AS. जहाँ आपका ये पॉइंट आएगा वहीं आपका S इक्वल्स टू I पॉइंट भी आएगा. तो दैट मीन्स आपको वर्टिकल लाइन का पहले कंस्ट्रक्ट करके देन यू हैव टू मेक द डायग्राम इन सच अ वे. सो दैट मीन्स सिंपली द डेरिवेशन, ये आपको सिर्फ दोनों डायग्राम्स को एक साथ एक्सप्लेन करना है. इन दिस वे ओनली दिस क्वेश्चन इज आस्क्ड, बट very rarely this approach is asked, otherwise in the different way only this one is asked. Now let's discuss with the schedule. If AS is given, AS, that is your income. If income is 0, some level of consumption is there, autonomous investment is taken. So AD we can calculate C plus I, and savings we can calculate Y minus C, so we can get the savings. So if AD is greater than AS, that means the planned spending is greater than the planned output, or planned savings are lesser than the planned investment. So in this way the income will increases, that means this point they are asking, so that means the income will increase up to Y point. इक्विलिब्रियम इक्वल्स टू AD इक्वल्स टू AS, जहां आपका 40 एंड 40 हो रहा है, यहाँ पे आपका AD 40 है, AS इज योर 40. This is this point, E point here and E point over here. Similarly, third situation when AS is greater than AD or savings are greater than income, so income will be reduced. income यहाँ पे आपका थर्ड लाइन और आप ड्रॉ कर सकते हो, सेम विच वी हैव शोन इन द प्रीवियस डायग्राम. तो आपकी इनकम रिड्यूस होके वापस E पॉइंट पर आएगी.